Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of the
Latin
Latin
voice.
Voices. um, so today we bring you another topic. So, what is today's topic? Content with her. Go ahead.
Content with heart, creating posts that truly connect and convert.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking today. But before we dive into our topic, let us introduce ourselves. So, hi everyone, my name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but I currently reside in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello, everyone. I am Sulav. I am originally from Syria and now I living in Tennessee, United States.
Thank you, Sulav.
Thank
Um,
you, Andy.
We also want to remind everyone that every Tuesdays and every Thursdays we have our live webinar. So if you want to learn how to start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is just register into any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. When you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. So the first one is to register to the live webinar. That one will take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesday and one for Thursday. Since our live webinars is every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. PST and 7 p.m. CST for you and 8 p.m. EST. Um, so when you can register for either one or for both. The second link that you get there is the link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend the live webinar, you can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, so what am I going to find out on the webinar? So, on the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works. And also, you get to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So, let's find out who are the hosts and panelists for tonight's live webinar.
Mhm.
Okay. So tonight's live webinar, we have Emina. She's the host for tonight, and she's a coach and online business owner. Our first panelist is Lynette. She's a full-time entrepreneur. We also have Rutika, a telemarketer and restaurant owner. We have Natasha, an online business owner and mentor.
And we also have Nicole. She is an administration manager. We have Emmeline. She is a bank officer. Maricel, she is a healthcare worker and caregiver. And the last one is Nia, and she is an IT professional.
Yes, so if you're catching tonight's live webinar, our live webinar has subtitles in five languages: that's Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. And if you're
Mhm.
catching the replay because you cannot make it to the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. And our replays have subtitles in several languages. So there you go. So now you know what to do. So if you want to start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is just register into that website, which is going to start pretty soon in 30 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, so stay tuned for that. So okay, so let's dive in into today's topic. So what is today's topic?
The continent with heart, creating posts that truly and connect and convert.
Yes, so that's what we're going to be talking today. So
Mhm.
let's dive in into our topic. So let's be honest, how many times have you created a post and thought, I hope someone connects with this? You created and posted and you think like, oh, I hope so someone connect with this, or worse, crickets. But the truth is you don't need more content. Okay. So what you need is more connection. And today on Latin Voices, we are talking about how to create content with heart, the kind that not only resonates, but also inspires people to take action. So let's
Mhm.
dive in into the topic. So, so there's a lot of noise online. So a lot of people, are putting content and all that, but people aren't looking for more information. What they're looking is for meaning.
Hmm.
Okay. So people are asking themselves, can I trust this person, or do they understand me, or can they really help me? So those are the questions that people are asking. So tonight we're gonna share with you how you are gonna be able to connect with them, and that's what we're going to be talking today. So when your content speaks from the heart, it speaks to theirs.
Hmm.
Okay. So that's what building community is, influencing conversion. So let's break it down. So what are today's points?
Okay. The first point is starting with your story, like talking about your personal story. And the second point is speak to the heart, not just the mind. And the third one is end with a purpose and a prompt.
Yes, so that's what we're going to be talking today. So let's dive into our first point.
Okay, our first point will be uh, like people are buying stories, connection, emotion. What was life like before you start your journey? What fear or challenge, decision did you face? What did you discover? And how has your life changed? For example, like we can say this system works. We say usually this system works. We have to say like 6 months ago I was exhausted, working long hours and still falling behind. I was scared to try something new, but I knew I needed change, and that's when everything started to shift. So when people see themselves in your story, they lean in.
Yes. So that's what like when you create content, okay, so you have to start with your story, because, people need to get to know you. Why, like, for example, one of the questions here, what was like before you started your journey? So what were the reasons behind, that made you to start an online business, for example?
Yeah.
So people want to relate to you. They want to see if they connect with you. Like, were you did you have the same uh, pain points that they did? The same struggles. So that's one way to connect through your story. The other thing, like second question here says, what fear or challenge or decision do you face? Um, so when you started your journey, you found the opportunity, but then maybe you had fears, because
So much
you were
fear.
scared, or maybe you were thinking, what
Yeah.
other people are gonna think, of me doing this business.
Hmm.
Those are things that, people are going to relate to you, because they are going through the same,
Hmm.
in their mind. They have those fears, because now you're trying to do something that is totally different, that you're not used to. And also, um always, we always tend to think what other people say, especially, in our Latin community, and I guess in the Arabic probably the
Right.
same.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So we always think, what other people are gonna think, of if we are doing this, or what is our family gonna think. So
I was thinking too much. Like I used to have a lot of these thoughts at the beginning, but not anymore. Now I'm like very encouraged to like help people uh, as the beginning when I start actually. So yeah, fear it's part of the process, I guess, and our journey. Yeah.
yes, and fear, like it pushes to keep growing. For example, doing lives, that wasn't something that was on my plans.
Yeah.
But
All of us. Yeah.
yes, but like I knew that, the only way that I can connect with my audience, is by going lives. So that was a decision. I had to get out of my comfort zone. And most of us, we had to get out of our comfort zone, and do it. Like everyone did it different. Like I started recording myself first, so I got used to see myself, and then eventually I got courageous to press that live button, and then I went, and then I got used to, because for me it was okay as long as nobody was watching me, you know.
Well, Sandy, that's my first time in English, so that's
Yes,
it's part, as I said, it's part of our journey, and we are learning, so there is always will be first time. That's it's
yes.
my things, yeah.
Yeah. And that's the only way that we grow, you know, is trying, by taking action and doing it.
Right.
Because if we let our fears take over, we are gonna remain in the same place and we're not gonna grow. So fear is that thin line that pushes you to keep growing, you know.
That's
So yeah, so that's that. And then the other one, what did you discover? So, and how was your life? How has your life changed? So this one, you know, you're sharing with the audience, you know, like you started your journey, and what did you find out once you started your journey? Well, I think for many of us, one of the things that we find out is, we always, when we came to this online business that we started, we were thinking about only making money.
right.
Yeah, that was our thought, that okay, we're gonna get just making money and that's it. But once we started our journey, we realized that there was more than money that we get from this business. And like we mentioned, first of all, you know, knowledge. You get a lot of knowledge, you get technical skills, you know. um
Managing social media,
yes,
like,
you get, you get to build on confidence, you know. Like I wasn't that confident when I started this business, you know, and I'm a very shy person, an introvert person. So that's one of the things. You start building confidence, you work on your mindset, you know, to keep growing. So changing, you know, from a victim problem fixed mindset into a solution focused mindset. Someone, you see, now you can see an obstacle and challenges, but you're not going to see it as an obstacle. You're going to see it as a stepping stone to take you to further, you know, in your journey, because you're learning from that setback or any failure. Like in our culture, you know, we tend to look at failure as a something negative, you
right.
know. But it's not really something negative. It's actually something positive, because you are learning from that mistake, you know. And a good example of that, when I started my journey, and I was so excited, you know, I launched my first ad, and boom, my YouTube get disapproved. And it was because, you know, I use one word that has two meanings in English.
Oh,
So, but the one that I wanted to use was not the one that, you know, was supposed to be getting flagged. But because it has those two meanings, you know, that meaning, one of those meanings, it was a flag word for YouTube. So that's why I got. So at that moment, you know, that from that mistake, I learned so many things. One is my mindset, because I thought that I had a strong mindset when I came to this business, but I find out I didn't.
mm-hmm.
Because when I encountered that setback, I was like, oh my God, it's like the world ended for me. Like I started just my journey, now I got, you know, my ad get disapproved, you know. But I was lucky that I had a community, a friend from the community, you know, that was with me at the time, and she was able to help me emotionally to be able to bounce back. So I bounced back, and then I started to asking in the community, you know, if someone has encountered the same thing, you know, and how to fix it. So I was able to learn from that lesson, you know. I learned so many things. One, that your mindset has to be fit every day. You know, your mindset is like a muscle. If you don't exercise it, you know, it gets weak. So that's the same thing. That's what happened to me. And the second thing that I learned is that don't always go for the first answer. Ask around, and if you see a concise answer from everyone, from a lot of people, then go with that one. And three, you know, now I know what to do. So if that happens to me again, which it did happen later, but I'll go back to that in a few seconds.
Oh.
Yeah, but now with Facebook.
Okay, you have experienced many issues, but that's okay. I see you are very good now.
So so yeah, so now I know how to fix it, and you know, now, you know, I if I encounter that, which I did after, you know, a different scenario. But if I encounter something like that, now I know that, it's not the end of the world. All you have to do is find out what is wrong,
Mm-hmm.
find the answer, and if you don't know the answer, then ask around and someone will be able to help you.
Nice.
So that's what I learned from that mistake. And, like what I was going to mention is because later on, I move on into Facebook. So I was starting, setting up for Facebook ad. And then Facebook disapproved me because, and I didn't know, I know that I didn't do anything wrong, just didn't know why was the reason why. So I asked around to the community. So this time I wasn't like the same one, I behaved on YouTube. It was totally different. And that's how your mindset is still shifting, that's what you learn in this journey. So I asked around and then I finally find out, the answer. Um, and then I was able to fix it. But this is how, like on this journey, you really are finding yourself along the way, you
Right.
know you're it's a journey that it teaches things that you thought you couldn't do it and you are capable of doing it. It show you things that you thought that you didn't like it and eventually you like it. Like a lot of people, they didn't like social media, but they didn't do any social media. But now that they started, now they love it, and they are out there, with the social media. um
It's like discovering ourselves in this journey.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is what, this online business, it gives you a lot of things
Yeah.
besides the financial part of it. And the other thing, for those parents that are kids, that have kids, um the kids are watching you.
Yeah.
So they are learning from you. They are learning, if my mom didn't have any technical skills, for example, and look at her now, she's learning.
Well,
uh,
actually, I saw, sorry for interrupting you, Sandy. Like, for example, my kids, they are growing up watching me doing uh, this business the whole year because I just complete my first year in the business. So, yeah, they know already, and they are growing in their minds, like showing me every day and my commitment. I
mhm.
guess it's the biggest part and the most I like. They know that I am committed to something and I do something I like every day. So it's very important, actually. Yeah, for them and for me.
Yes.
That makes me more confidence also as a mom because I have this part is especially like just for me, it's my business. I'm building something for me. Actually, it's for my family also, but it's my own business. And I
Yes.
love when I say this word. It's my own business. I love it, actually.
Yes. Yeah, because the kids, they watch and they start seeing, like how you overcome challenges, how you deal with those. They learn, they see, to have patience.
Mm-hmm.
So all the things that, like you're doing, they're watching, they're learning, and they get inspired by you. So those are things that, are the legacy that you're leaving to your kids,
Mm-hmm.
because they're getting inspired. They know that, for example, like if they have dreams, they should go and for their dreams. No, nothing should stop them. Because why? Because they are seeing mom is doing this, like she had a dream and she's working hard towards that, and she's achieving it. So that's the inspiration and the legacy that you're leaving to your kids. So those are the things that you can share in your content. It's like documenting your journey, because when you're documenting your journey, people are connecting with you because they are seeing themselves in you. Like they were the same person, like you were back, when you found this online opportunity. You were going through struggles, you find a solution, find this online business opportunity, and they see you going through your journey. So they get inspired by you, and that's how you're connecting with them. And at the same time, they're learning from you. Like if you have any mistakes, like for example the ones that I share right now, they can learn from your mistakes and they're not going to make the same mistakes. So those are the ways that you connect through your story, through emotion. And that's how people are able to connect. Yeah.
Mhm.
See? So yeah, yeah, like it says here, when people see themselves in your story, they lean in because they feel related to you, to what you're sharing. Okay, so what is point number two?
Well, we as we all know, we maybe you and me and too many people in this business speak two languages at least. So I guess use our the what language we prefer. Actually, I guess we have to use in our business. So use language that's connect emotionally, or using the language which make us feel freedom, peace, clarity, hope, fear, maybe stuck, breakthrough. And the other point is paint the picture of what's possible of them, not just what's in it for you. Keep it real, raw, honest. That's what build the trust. We have to be honest with our audience, with our followers. We have to be like trying to connect with them. Like we have been in their situation one day. We have been watching this business, and I guess like yeah, we have to talk to them directly and yeah, as we know him, as we know every one of them. So I didn't like, for example, I didn't start this journey to get rich. I started because I was tired of feeling stuck. I just wanted to breathe again, and now I help others find the same freedom. One day that was my situation. So I guess that's how we should talk to our audience. Facts tell, feelings sell. So we back to the main point. We sell emotions. That's
Mhm. Yes. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. So here in point two is speak to the heart, not just the mind. Um, so content that converts isn't just informative, it's transformative. So how you transform.
mhm,
So the first one, we mentioned, like starting, what were the reasons that you started in this journey, how what have you changed, or how did you find, along the way when you started this journey, what were the challenges that you faced, and how did you overcome them? So those are, you're connecting through your story. So here now, on point number two, we also gonna be incorporating, the language that connects emotionally. I mean, Sulaf was mentioning, we can connect with, if we want to connect with our own ethnicity, for example, you want to speak to your language that you speak, that your native language, and then you want to be able to use emotional words, because the emotional words are the ones that will connect. That's why we see the movies, you put the music, if you see a movie just recorded, no music, no sound, no voice, it's not gonna make sense. But once you start incorporating all those, the sound, that goes with the emotion, the light that, like it's like dim or dark, you
mhm,
know, that makes you into the mood, and people are connecting and enjoying the movie because they get into the movie. It's the same thing when you write a content, you are connecting through the words. And what are we saying here? Emotional words. What are emotional words? Are, for example, like they say, the freedom. People wants to have freedom. They don't want it to be um, restricted when they need to take vacation. They want to be able to say, I want to take vacation today. I want to take for 2 months. And just go. That's the kind of freedom that you want to share. Um, Peace. They wanted to go to a quiet and peaceful area, where they can really enjoy, um not in a environment that is always on the go, that that is so stressful. So those kind of words, clarity, hope. I see the light at the end of the tunnel now, because um I thought that, like this was the only option, but now I found a solution.
mhm.
So I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I see there is hope on the other side. I just have to, go through that tunnel, and then I'll be able to achieve what I want. Fear, we mentioned at the beginning, of the life, the fears that we have, to start something new, to do something new, um and people will connect through that because they say, yes, me too, I have fears, um so they say, yeah, they're like me, there's someone like me, because a lot of people think like we are kind of like different, or like, for example, those who um have success already. We're talking about, the people that you see success. We tend to only see the success, but we haven't really look at what they took them to get to where they are,
Right.
so those are the things that, many times, we miss, and through the content that you're showing, like from your documenting your journey, people are going to be able to connect through that, through those emotional words that you're connecting through your story,
Right.
that you're sharing. So you want to be able to paint the picture. That's what I was saying, like the movie, incorporating all those elements. That's what it makes a very nice movie. So the same thing when we are writing our content, when we are creating the content, you wanted to incorporate all those things so people can really get into your story. They can really connect with you. So, and you want to keep it real and raw and honest, because because that's how you build trust. I mean, we have seen, um, one story from a leader of our community. He dressed up nicely, to record a video ad, and thinking, like that was the way that he was going to connect with them. He didn't connect with anyone. And then when he did it just like normal, just one day after he came from work, he decided, okay, I'm just gonna do a video ad and just do it like that. Guess what? People connected with him that way. So don't try to be perfect or show something perfect. Just be you, be authentic, be honest. Um, and people will connect with you. So as we say, facts tell, feelings sell. So this the feelings, that you're showing through your story. So if we break down this example, it says, I didn't start this journey to get rich. I started because I was tired and feeling stuck. So this is the reasons behind, you know. It tells you, the emotional words: tired, feeling stuck. Okay. And then after that we say, I just wanted to breathe again. So that's what the person was looking for, to be able to breathe again. Again, you're seeing those painting words, breathe, because it's like he's getting a stuff where whatever situation he was before. But now, changing, he found a solution. So now he's in a different scenario. So now he helps others to be able to find a dream, because now he found a solution. Now he's able to breathe, and that's what we want to show. Want to paint it, through words, so people can really connect through our story. Point number three.
Okay. Um, like we don't want to just share. We invite to engagement. We have to ask questions and offer a next step and make it easy for people to connect, comment, or reach out. We are always available for people. Like whenever they need us, we are there to answer their questions. Example for like post ending. Have you ever felt stuck between wanting more and not knowing where to start? That was me. And if that's you too, I see you. Drop a heart if this is hit home, or message me if you are ready for change. So your continent isn't just a message, it's an invitation to deeper connection.
Yeah, and it's the same. We have seen, point one, point two, and now we're point three. So people are already connecting with you, through your story, through the emotional words. And now,
But
in- instead of becoming silly, because that's one of the mistakes, we do at the beginning, we're becoming like silly. But that's not our intention. Our intention is to be able to help others, but we
right,
come the wrong way, to people. So doing it this way, you are giving them the option, to them, through your story, because they can relate to you, you're giving them the option to, if you relate to my story, like in this case is, um, drop a heart if this hit home, or message me. So like means, like if this connected with you, send me a message. And if you're ready for a change. So you leave it, you connect it with your story, right? And then you ask them, if you relate to my story, send me a message. So you leave it open to them. You're not being pushy,
Right.
to try to sell, like for example, sometimes when we go to some stores, and then the salesman is right in your face and it doesn't let you even speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you want to be able to invite, but without being pushy, and you want to invite to a through a deeper connection. So that's what we are. But for that, you have to follow, step one, step two, and then the step three. So that's how you're able to connect, and build that connection with your audience. Okay, so what are the key takeaways for today's point?
Okay. Content that converts starts with connection. You don't need to be a professional copywriter. You don't need to go viral. You just need to be real, intentional, and heart lit. Here's your formula: your story, your purpose, an open door that's equal to impact plus income. So the more heart you put into your content, that more you will lives and businesses you will transform.
Yes. So yeah, so that's our takeaway for today. And
That's the magic formula.
yeah, that's a magic formula. Yes.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so we have arrived to the end of our life. So we hope so that you learned something today with us. And when we do this live, we share it with you, but sometimes, there's some things that we also learn from this live. So
Right.
and we also, incorporate it in our business page. So we are learning together, sharing together, because sharing is caring. So uh, so if you love, or if you love something that we share today, just put it in the comment. Or if you have something that you want to share from what we talked today, also put it in the comment. We'll be happy to read your comments. So um, we want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. To our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. We do have some like emojis here from my Sam, Ditoma,
Yeah.
also a heart emoji from Dancer Boy Laser,
Mhm.
Bill and Jen. So thank you so much for watching and for your like and heart emojis. Um, if you are not following us on Facebook, you can follow us up here on the top
Mhm.
to get to know us a little bit more, who we are, and what type of content we post in our pages. And if you're watching us from YouTube and you haven't subscribed to our channel, you can subscribe to our channel and press that notification bell, and that way you get notified when we put new content and when we go in live. So that way, you keep learning about this online business opportunity. And when you feel ready, we'll be gonna be here for you to guide you along the way. So,
Sure. Thank
so
you, Cindy.
yeah, so saying that, if you want to learn how to start your online business and start earning online, we do have a live webinar that is starting in 2 minutes. So if you want to catch that live webinar, you can register into any of our websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. If you cannot catch the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay of the live webinar. So on that, when you register, you will receive an email that will contain the link to register for the live webinar. So that one will take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesday and one for Thursday. So you can register for either one or for both. And the other one is the replay of the link of the replay of the live webinar. So you can watch it at your own convenience, just in case you cannot attend the live webinar. But if you have any questions, you want to learn more about this online business opportunity, besides, watching our live webinar, you can also put in the comments more info or send us a private message, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. So those are the three options that you have. Now, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you probably wonder, okay, so what am I going to find out in the webinar? So, on the webinar, you're going to learn how our online business plan works. And also, you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So, let's find out who are the hosts and panelists for tonight's live webinar. So, on tonight's live webinar, we have our host, Emina. She's a coach and online business owner. And our first panelist is Lynette. She's a full time entrepreneur. Rutika, a telemarketer and restaurant owner. And then Natasha, an online business owner and mentor.
Yeah, and we are also have Nicole as an administration manager, Emmeline, bank officer, Maricel, she is a healthcare worker and caregiver, and we have also Nia, she is an IT professional.
Yes, so as you see, we have all different walks of life, but they all have something in common. That is, they took that leap of faith to change their lives and their family's life. So if you're catching tonight's live webinar, our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. And our replays have subtitles in several languages. So there you go. So now you know what to do. So if you want to learn how to start your online business, all you have to do is just register into any of our websites that appear on the screen, put your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. Another thing that I was going to mention. Okay. Let's dive in. Let's find out what is our topic for next week, next Thursday.
Next Thursday, our continent will be about empowered to lead, sharing your message with confidence and clarity.
Yes. So we're going to talk about stepping into your voice, owning your story, and showing up as a leader online and in life. So that's what we're going to be talking today. And what is the message to our audience?
What's one topic or story from your journey you are ready to share with heart this week? Drop it in the comments or just post a heart if you are ready to show up with more meaning.
Yeah, so let us know and we'll be happy to read it. So
Mhm.
um so thank you everyone for being here with us today. We have arrived to the end of our lives, so we want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Thursday for those who are on Thursday, and a happy and blessed Friday for those who are already on Friday, and a happy and blessed weekend ahead for everyone. So thank you again for being here with us, and until the next episode of the
Latina
Latino Voices.
voices. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Bye.